Hi everyone, welcome back to Blood Work. And today we're actually going to jump right into things by starting with the wolf bag. Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
We've got the bag here, and we're going to reach in and... Who could that be at this hour?
I don't know.
Da 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 da. I am your singing telegram.
Humbert.
I love the air.
Bill this!
What?
Wark! We have a very special guest with us here today. Indie horror actor and director and producer Joe Zazzo.
And horror himbo from what I hear.
And alpha horror himbo. We're really sorry about the welcome that was given to you by Humbert. So
I tried to be spontaneous, and look what happens.
No.
So we scared him.
We patched up Joe, and he arrived with a telegram today, which happens to be this week's wolf bag question, which Joe is going to answer.
Morgan Lamorta asks, "What would you rather be? A shapeshifter, a werewolf, a vamp, a fairy, a telepathic, a human, or a fly on the wall so that you can fly from house to house to see all that wild stuff going on in Bon Ton?" Something, I know it sounds boring, but I'd rather be the fly on the wall because I always wanted to be that when I'm hearing people's secrets and such, so yeah. Telepathic is the runner-up because I always want to hear thoughts and things. I think that's very cool. But that or the fly on the wall, I'd say the fly on the wall is really what I'd like to be.
Interesting.
You?
I probably want to be a shifter, to be honest with you.
Just in case you get bored and you want to be something different for the day.
Yeah, you could just turn into something else.
You want to be a cat, you want to be a cow, you want to be...
Cat cow. Because I used to love that show Manimal.
My first choice would be a shifter, too, because it would be really cool to turn into an eagle or something and fly and experience all the different. Yeah, you still have like a primal connection to the world.
Thank you, Morgan Lamorta, for the question and for being the wolf bag question of the week. We will be sending you a little prize pack, so make sure to drop us an email through the blog. So, and again, if you have a question you want to be considered for next week's wolf bag, you can either leave the question in the comments on the blog of this week's video, or you could send us tweets to @CampBloodBuzz or @AndySwist. So, Joe, thank you very much for being here this week. Always nice to have you. So, where can folks keep up with what you're up to?
Being a Facebook fanatic, you can always go on facebook.com/JOEZASO. You can always find me there, and I put my little updates. The most recent things I've done is I did a movie called H1N1 Virus X with the beautiful Sybil Danning, who plays my evil boss, and I think it came out pretty good, and it's going to be coming out, I think, this fall on DVD, but you can see it soon. And I actually appeared recently in an ad for legal seafood restaurants, and this ad has me as a half man, half fish. Basically, I'm sitting in a chair, this kind of, vacant look on my face, and on my head is this big fish fin, which is a real fish fin, and shadowy kind of like crisscross thing on my head, and I can really say, yeah, I am a fin man, more or less.
Wow. So apparently, if you want to have a taste of Joe Zazzo on your plate, go to Legal Seafood. King of Mississippi, Bad Mamma Jamma. He's pretty much behind everything that's going on.
Bad man.
He's behind Franklin Mott, who's kidnapped Tara in a storyline that's actually becoming kind of funny. He's behind the Nazi werewolves, potentially.
Yeah. He's definitely a power-hungry, older gentleman.
Antiques dealer, very successful.
Like, why is the antiques dealer biting his arm and bleeding into shot glasses? Next staking point. Yeah, Bill. Let's talk about him, man. He's badass.
Bill's a mess.
But he's a mess. He breaks up with Sookie over the phone. Then he spills his beans about what he was doing with the queen.
He has to go to like the Bada Bing, like the worst strip club. I've never been to a male or female strip club before.
Oh,
but if they're all like that, really, they're boring.
Yeah. Well, also, isn't the King of Mississippi? Doesn't he like guys? Like, don't you think he would like to chow down some man meat?
I have no idea.
Still, he's like in this he's a masochistic relationship too, like with, trying to slug out Lorena. Like, I mean, I scream with joy every time that happens, but I know it's terrible.
It's terrible.
I feel terrible about that.
It is terrible.
It's and yet Lorena kind of likes it because then she knows. And the only reason that Lorena likes it is because she knows she's getting under Bill's skin.
They're doing a nice job of showing how complicated alliances are.
It's complicated
in Bill's life, which brings us to Eric, actually.
What?
Because
Eric? Who's that?
Because they're making him much more interesting too. Because they're showing that he is incredibly loyal to his children.
Yes.
And
he's
even
a good dad.
He's a good dad, and he's very loyal to RuPaul. I bet he was a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Ring, ring, hookah.
He's got charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. His talent is flying out of windows of moving cars, apparently.
You know, he's looking like a pretty good guy at this moment, which is not... I can't believe I'm saying that.
Even though he's throwing Bill under the bus for something he was doing.
Actually, Pam did it first.
Yes, Pam.
Pam. Cooking with Pam.
We are cooking with Pam. Pam did her first, like, bitch please moment tonight when she...
That was very clever.
It was very clever, but woo! Yeah, the other plots are kind of like Jessica treading water, Sam treading water. Debbie, though, I mean, oh my god, what a
Debbie
mess.
is a mess.
And Suki going undercover as Ellen Fox from the Rotten Tomatoes show. What she looked like.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I've been to some bad engagement parties, but wow, no one's ever actually like had their flesh burned off.
Yeah.
At any of the ones.
And you know what? I think that weird symbol, it kind of looks like the Seven and the Ragged Tiger symbol from the Duran Duran album. I swear to God, I want to know if that's... I have to go look up my old album cover artwork, but I'm going to find it.
He's all mine. He's all mine. The shot glasses, I thought was kind of funny. This is the season of shots, apparently.
Yeah.
Like Sam's dad was all about the shooters, and then Suki was doing shots at the bar, and we should start doing shot games.
Eric was saying, like, Lafayette, you don't know how to work your players. You're not refined enough. You have to finesse your manner. Or
what is Tim Gunn playing Eric all of a sudden?
I don't know. That was my impression of Eric.
Make it work, Lafayette. Make it work.
I don't know.
Ring, ring, hookah.
Work.
Okay, now we're writing down the person in this episode with whom we would like to do bad things.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, Bill. Bill.
Were you not watching the scene?
Alcee doesn't have any luxurious carpet. He's lacking a little hair there.
Mm-hmm. Bill's is kind of a low pile carpet. I wouldn't exactly call it luxurious. But did you? I mean, she could have done her laundry on this.
I know there was a bit of. It's a bit of a.
You could grate fresh.
It was like
nutmeg.
eggs came back from the dead as like a giant Italian man. Whatever. I'm like a go Suki moment. It's like shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Except when the entire room of werewolves in the bar start transforming, and when you start before that, when like King Daddy Vampire Man pours his blood out and everyone's about to drink, you know something's gonna happen. Wouldn't you kind of be inching back towards the exit? Even if she runs, she's still screwed because she can't run faster than a whole like 100 werewolves on V.
She didn't bug me at all this week, to be honest with you. And you know, and also Tara didn't, because she was glamored. I'm glad she's not like willingly getting beaten up and shit like that, because we got Lorena for that.
Yay!
What would your rating for this week be?
I think it's a pretty solid 8. I loved how Eric saved Lafayette and that whole scene. I loved the whole like Lorena punch, sucker punch. I love the whole like werebar.
I would give it an 8 too. I mean, again, some of the plot lines aren't really going anywhere. Like Jason's plot is really stalled for me. I don't know. But I'm really liking the whole complicated vampire politics thing that's going on. All right, thank you for joining us for another week of blood work on campblood.org. I'm Brian.
I'm Andy.
And we'll be back next week. So send in your Wolfbag questions either in the comments or via Twitter to Camp Blood Buzz or Andy Swist. And stay bloody.
That's all.
Bye, everybody.
See you next week.